Lads. Lads, welcome back to a new match preview. First of all, I'm going to introduce Hal. How are you doing today, Hal?
Ingood, Nick. Ingood, St. Nicholas. 'Twas the day before Christmas, and all through the town, blades were wishing the table was upside down.
I like it. And you've got your Christmas jumper on there to boot?
Absolutely, you've made no effort.
It is a woolly jumper. It's fine.
All right,
That's what I'm going with. So, we're playing Everton at home at 8 p.m. yet again. And the reason why I hate these 8 p.m. kickoffs more than anything is because I try and do my match reaction straight after the game. And I get to bed about 1 o'clock in the morning. So, if people would like to stay up and watch it, please do, because I put a lot of effort into it. And, it's just annoying. Anyway, so, we're playing Everton, 8 p.m, Bramall Lane. Are you excited, Hal, for this one?
So excited. I've got my Matchday programme already raring to go. It's like I'm really back at the Lane, although we both know that could be some time away yet.
Yes, and I love the fact that they've got Fleck on there after playing one of his worst games and getting dragged off before half-time. I don't think that's ever happened.
There was a funny comment on Twitter, right? So you've got the legends in black and white. But actually, there was someone on Twitter been playing recently. He's playing like an oldie, so he should be in black and white as well.
Yeah, that's true. It's true, though. It's bang on. And he did look really perplexed, didn't he, when he came off?
I didn't like the fact that he had a little smirk on his face when he came off. I don't know what that was about. I'm hoping it was a kind of, I don't know why I was playing so badly smirk.
Might have been a little bit of an embarrassment, because not necessarily because he's embarrassed because he played badly, but embarrassed that he's been embarrassed so he's had to be brought off by Chris Wilder because he's played so badly.
Yes, you took a run up at that, but you did very well second time.
It was an effort. So so it was Brighton, wasn't it? 1-1 it finished. We were hoping that we weren't going to say that at the end of the game, because we were 1-0 up for quite some time. I remember when we scored, it was like, right, we've got like 25 minutes to hold out here. And we did really well to hold out for most of the game. I'm not going to talk about the Lundstrom red card, because I know me and Hal have got some very differing opinions on that. So we'll swiftly move on. We could have lost in the end. We could have won. We did draw. We could have lost. So we'll crack on. We'll not talk about that anymore. We'll move on to this game. But actually, we'll go back to last season when we weren't particularly playing very well. And we'll talk about Sheffield United, Everton. What happened, Hal?
We lost a beautiful downtown Bramall Lane on Monday, the 20th of July. We lost 1-0. Basically, our hopes of securing European football were completely ended by Everton. Richarlison's header early in the second half from a free kick secured victory. It was really annoying, actually. We didn't really turn up in that game. Richarlison's goal just after the break, it kind of brought a very dull game to life after a dire first half in which Dominic Calvert-Lewin had the only real chance. He hit the post. David McGoldrick was denied an immediate response for the Blades. He had a low drive inside the box. You might remember it was blocked. And the Blades, we just looked distinctly off key. It was Everton's first away league win against us since 1972.
Yeah, I've tried my best to forget about that match, because I don't think we particularly played very well. And I know I've just said that we weren't playing well at that time, but we had beaten Spurs, we had beaten Chelsea, and we had beaten Wolves all at home. So I think we were going into this game hoping that we were going to win. And I think, was this the game where we kind of thought, that's it, Europe's over? It's weird saying that right now.
Well, it was. It was mathematically over. And you mentioned we had some really good run of games there and some good results just before that. And I just want to say thanks to Spud for this one on Twitter, at Sheff United Way. Give us a follow, because those kind of results, you've reminded me, if the Blades were to now achieve the same results in the remaining fixtures that we had last season, so exact same reverse as we did last season, and we beat the 3 promoted teams, we will end the season safe on 40 points.
I think 40 points is quite a high total for this season as well, isn't it? So 30, 31, 32 people are saying that we might be able to stay up on. So I think I went really high then. Maybe that's because I don't believe what I'm about to say, but I think we've got a chance. I think two wins in the next kind of 4, I think will really, really propel us back into kind of contention. But we haven't had 1 win all season, so 2 wins might be quite difficult in the next 4.
Well, I think you may be right, and also it's going to be tricky. But Sander Berge is out for 3 months. The last time we won away was Sander Berge's debut. That was like 11 months ago at Crystal Palace.
Wow, I didn't know that, and that's crazy. That's embarrassing, isn't it?
So maybe because he hadn't had a chance to really put his stamp on the team back then, we were playing better away from home before he signed. Obviously, it's not his fault; it's a coincidence. But maybe we'll be okay without him. Just saying. Let's try and focus on the positives.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of players that really should be stepping up as well. They're given a chance because Sander would be playing every single game. I think Ollie McBurney, Chris Wilder likes to start him as well. So it's giving players a bit of a platform to go and play some good stuff. And hopefully get us out of this mess that we've got ourselves in. So anyway, let's talk about the team news. And I've had to write this down because there's that many players that are out and could be out in this game. So obviously, Ollie McBurney is still struggling. Those shoulder injuries are always a problem. They're always reoccurring as well. Chris Wilder said that he's going to be struggling for the next 3 games. So I can't see him even being on the bench for this game. Surely not. Sander has just had his operation. But Chris Wilder did say he's going to be out for 3 months. And now he said it's 3 to 4 months. So, yeah, obviously, we're going to miss him for the majority of the season. When he does come back, I'm not saying he's not going to be the same player, but he's definitely going to take him a bit of time to get back into it. Apparently, also, Mousse has got an ankle tweak, some sort of injury to his ankle. So Wilder said he's not going to start, but I wouldn't expect him to start in this game anyway. So he may be on the bench, but I don't think he will be. Probably, well, we've got 9 subs, haven't we? So maybe Jack Rodwell will actually get on the bench. Maybe Kieran Freeman. I know he's left, but who knows who's still at the club and could get onto that bench. He might even put himself on that bench. You never know. Then we've got Keane Bryan as well. It said like a month ago that Chris Wilder said a month ago that Keane Bryan was going to be out for about a month. So I think it's round about now, maybe next week. But I've not heard him say anything about Keane Bryan, so maybe he is back. But I thought he would have said if he was. But I don't think Jack Robinson's done a terrible. I don't think he's done a terrible job, should I say, at left centre back. So he might just leave him in there anyway. And then finally, John Lundstrom got himself a 3-match ban at the weekend, but we won't talk about that. So on to predicted lineup. Aaron Ramsdale, obviously, in the goal. Baldock, Basham, Egan, Robinson, I reckon. Stevens. This is where it's a little bit tricky because obviously that right-hand side of where we play, that right centre mid, is normally either Lundstrom or Sander Berge, and both of them are out for at least the next 3 games. So that gives somebody some sort of platform to go and try and make it their own. And Chris Wilder said in his interview that he's not had many players that's grabbed a shirt and just kept it this season, and he'd like to see more of that. So what I would probably say is either going to play Norwood at defensive midfield and play Ampadu and either Fleck or Osborne, or he will play Fleck and Osborne together with Ampadu just behind. And finally, I think a lot of fans want to see McGoldrick in the kind of Duffy role and then play Birkin and Brewster up top, but I can't see him doing this against a team as good as Everton. So I think it's going to be McGoldrick and Burke again because I think both of them played really, really well in the last game. So that's what I'm saying. What do you think, Hal?
I think I've got a lot in common with Ollie Burke. Both of us born in Scotland, fast, reach strong, and I've never scored for Sheffield United either.
Very good, very good. So opposition. What can you tell us about them?
Everton are going to play a 4-5-1. They've got a few injuries to key players, just like us. Richarlison, we saw him get injured against Manchester. They're going to play Pickford in goal. Holgate at right back. Coleman, possibly. He also played against Manchester. Mina, Keane, Godfrey. Then they're going to have Iwobi, Decore, Davis, likely over Gomez, who's looked off the pace. Sigurdsson and Bernard, who will replace Richarlison. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin as the lone striker.
It'll be nice to see Dominic back at the lane, but let's hope he doesn't score against us today. But at least we're not going to see Richarlison score again. That's a big miss for Everton, that.
Yeah, it's a possibility that James Rodriguez could be back, but from what I'm hearing, it's unlikely.
Yeah, fair enough. So let's crack on to score prediction. And I am going to go first this time. And oh God, what am I going to say for this? I've not even thought about this yet. I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going to go for a draw. I think it's going to be really, really difficult to beat a team like Everton, but they have got a lot of players out in some key positions. So I'm going to go 1-1. I'd like to say a win. Can't see it.
I'm going to say 1-0 Blades. I think the injuries that Everton have got will be too much for them, insurmountable, and we will nick a 1-0. Ollie Burke with his first Blades goal.
I bloody hope so, mate. I really, really do. I think he does need that one goal just to get him running. Same with most of our strikers, to be honest. David McGoldrick needs to stop hoarding all these goals and give them to other strikers.
I've got a yes/no for you, really quick. Will Ollie Burke score 5 goals or more this season?
I think if he gets one soon, yes. If he doesn't, I think if he doesn't in the next 3 or 4 games, I think he'll struggle to score one all season. He might do a David McGoldrick.
Yeah, not quite a yes/no then, that one.
Yeah, but we on this channel, we know that if it's quick fire, it's never quick fire. Oh, yeah.
We really do know that.
in joke, I think that is, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we did a lot of quick fire with some Blades players, and one of them was 28 minutes.
Exactly. So, memorable matches, mate. Go for it.
4th of May 1993 at Goodison Park, the win that effectively secured the Blades Premier League safety in the 92-93 season. Our opener came from a delightful cross, courtesy of number 2, the greatest Blade of all time, Mitch Ward. And Blades fan to Blades fan combo resulted in a superb Carl Bradshaw header, back the way it came, into the right far-hand corner of big Neville Southall's net after 15 minutes. The second, Brian Dean, was brought down after a beautiful turn in the box. He was brought down for a Stonewall penalty. Glyn Hodges took it, and Neville Southall saved. However, Hodges was quickest to the rebound on 26 minutes, and we won by 2-0.
Lovely stuff. I don't remember any of that, but obviously because you're a lot older than me, you'll know.
Thanks a lot.
Sorry about that. And finally, we're going to go for a little bit of player connections. Now, Hal has got the longest list I have ever heard. So I'm going to quickly run through the easy ones. So first of all, one of my favourite strikers of all time, Mr. James Beattie. Love the guy. And then 2 players that currently play for both sides. Dominic Calvert-Lewin obviously started his career at Sheffield United, and then Everton signed him, doing really well as well. And Phil Jagielka started at Sheffield United, went to Everton, back to Sheffield United. So go on then, Hal.
All right, Gary Speed, the late great, also a player that maybe could come back one day, the Bosnian Mo Besic. Also, Peter Beagrie, who you won't remember, Nick, but every time he scored, he celebrated on a motorbike that was on fire. Craig Short, Gary Ablett, also, God rest his soul. Graham Stewart, Mitch Ward, Danny Cadamatri, or Cadamateri, I never quite knew how to say that. John O'Connor, a lot was expected of him, but he was pants. Terry Phelan, Steve Simonson, let's not speak about him. Carl Tyler, Don Hutchison, Earl Barrett, David Unsworth. One of the players I thought was the worst we've ever had, Gary Naismith, Paul Gerrard. You can talk about this one, John Ebrell.
No, we can't.
Okay.
I don't know anything about him other than getting himself injured.
Hey, arguably the best 45 minutes a Blade has ever put in. It was what? 145 minutes, 1 assist. Jose Baxter, wasted talent. I think we can all agree there.
Can I just ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did John Ebrell actually get an assist in that 45 minutes?
Yeah, I think it was against Reading at home. We won, I think, 1-0, and Eberl set up the goal and then got injured and was taken off at half time. It was £1 million we spent just before Howard Kendall left. And it was almost like he was giving his new club £1 million. Jack Rodwell, and the final one I'll give you is Richard Wright. So a lot of goalkeepers in there.
Yeah. Well, we've shared a lot of players, haven't we? And I think you've just alluded to it with Howard Kendall. Howard Kendall, he was at Everton, and then he came to us, and then he went back, didn't he? When he had a good season with us, nearly getting us to the Premier League.
Yeah, the other connection in managerial, of course, is
David Weir.
Davy Weir. There we go.
Am I allowed to say David Weir?
Yeah, but on radio, I don't like silence. It sets alarms off.
So yeah, a lot of players there. Let's move on to how are we going to win this game? What do you think?
Yeah, it's going to be really tough. I think it's going to be a really tight game. I don't think it's going to be one for the neutral. It is going to be probably one goal that wins it, and I could see it being a counter-attack or a set piece. What do you think?
Do you mean for us, counter-attack or set piece?
Yeah, for us, counter-attack, absolutely. Because I think Everton will have to set their stall out to try and take the impetus, particularly if it's still 0-0 late into the second half.
Yeah, possibly. And with Ollie Burke, he's just an absolute handful. I don't care what anyone says about kind of him not putting the ball in the back of the net. He does something that I've not seen at Sheffield United, maybe ever. Big, strong, rapid. Normally these rapid players are a little dinky and get knocked off the ball really easy. He is a specimen of a man. Like Ali McCoy said, he is. I can't remember the words exactly what he used, but it was like he was trying to hit on him a little bit.
He said he was a physical specimen.
A physical specimen, like it. Yeah, I think he got a little bit embarrassed after he'd said that, but yeah, he is. He's an unbelievable athlete, and he just needs to put the ball in the back of the net, and we'll all go home happy. So yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think we'll play on the break. I think they will have a lot of the ball. But we need to just keep doing what we were doing well against Burton, not Burton, against Brighton. So a long
few seasons yet, mate.
A long time since that. Hopefully, we're not going to see that soon.
Yeah, I'll just let you know in the comments, just some of them that have caught my eye. Toe Jam has said, I really hope we don't play 5 at the back. And Nick, I just wanted to, on that point, with all these injuries we've got, do you think this is an opportunity now, because it's hard to play 3 in the middle, it's hard to play 5 at the back, for Chris Wilder to actually change the formation?
Yeah, definitely. It's the injuries has made it very, very difficult for him to change anything, really. I don't know, maybe it's made it easier, the injuries. Because
I think the injuries have meant you have to change, because you cannot play, in his mind anyway, Fleck, Norwood, Osborne, for example, in the middle, because he doesn't like 2 left-footers.
Right, sorry, I misheard you. I thought you was trying to say that we've got to stick with that. I can't see him changing formation. I really can't. I can't see him doing it all season.
Possibly should.
Maybe, yeah. The thing is, we've got to listen to Chris Wilder, because he absolutely smashed everything against Brighton. His formation changes, personnel. Maybe he should have started on the front foot a little bit with Burke. I can't believe he didn't start with Burke first of all. But yeah, maybe it's time to change the formation. But I just can't see him doing it.
I agree. He's quite formation stubborn in that respect. Chilled Gameplay says Richarlison will be fit, probably, which is a very confusing sentence. I mean, it looked to me like he hurt his head. Nick, is that right?
Yeah, it did. It looked like somebody said he got knocked out. I'd only seen a short clip of it. But if someone's been knocked out and they've got concussion, he won't be able to play in this game. It depends if they've written down whether he's got concussion or not, because I think sometimes some clubs are a bit sneaky, but not this day and age, because if something happens to him, Everton could get sued for a lot of money.
Yeah, concussion protocol. Miss Am says, I really feel sorry for you guys, as he's a Manchester United fan, so we'll just say thank you. DSD says Sheffield United will win, getting their first win. I've got a feeling. So, let's see.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah, it would be nice to get that win, finally. But as I said to you on messages this morning, it's going to be very, very difficult to beat anyone at the moment, because nobody will want to be that team that lost that Sheffield United beat to win their first match. So if we'd have got an early win earlier in the season, it wouldn't have been a problem and gone loads and loads of games without a win. But the fact that we've not had a win all season, it'll just make teams shut up a little bit, I reckon, shut up shop. in case kind of like we do it, but we've got to do it sooner or later. I think it could be this one. I really do.
Yeah, you know I do.
So, yeah, so fingers crossed. You are positive, Hal, aren't you? So anyway, we're going to leave it there, shall we?
Yeah, I'll leave you with one thought. Due to Sheffield United's downturn in form, without the influence of supporters, it is only logical to conclude that we are the most important and therefore best fans in world football.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for watching.
Oh, we're doing this bit now, aren't we?
Not yet.
Oh, I like doing that.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and stay in good nick. Bye.
Now we're doing it.
Now we're doing it. Yeah, you can't see me, can you?
No.